Okay, I apologize in advance for my voice. Cold's gone, but my voice is still recovering. So we're finishing up the Michelinas. We have five more to go. And I hope to get two knocked out today. I do not work today, but I have a bunch of errands. I have to take my youngest to work. What else? To take my oldest to get her TB test read. And what else? Oh yeah, I have three too good to go orders to go pick up. All three of them from places we've gone before, so I know they're good. Of course, having said that, I just jinxed myself, and something awful will happen with all three of them. All right, I'm just kidding. So this is the Michelina's chicken lo mein. This is the second one I bought. I had to buy two of these because my youngest helped themselves to the first one. Ironically, this is like one of the hardest Michelinas to find, the chicken lo mein. It's the rest of them, there's like three or four that you'll just see like everywhere, dollar stores and Walmart, everything. But the chicken lo mein and a couple of others can be a little hard to find. But anyway, my youngest helped themselves to that, had it, and then I was like, "Where is it? Did I eat it and forget about it?" They're like, "No, I had it." But they said it was okay, which translates to about a seven because they ate the entire thing. And if it had been a five, they would have either doctored it up with sauces like I do, or dumped it and gone on to something else because they, like me, know that these things are dirt cheap. They're If you get them on sale, they can be like $1. If you get them at Dollar Tree, they're like $1.25, and I think at Walmart, I think they go for $1.18 or something like that. Anyway, we're gonna pop this in the microwave, and before I cook it, let me see how much sodium is in it. I need my glasses. All right, the total calorie is like 280. So this is basically a diet meal masquerading as a cheap entree. And the sodium, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Some of the other ones are higher. It's 690. I will almost certainly add hot sauce, so it's gonna get higher than that. All right, so we're gonna pop this in. I have kind of an underpowered microwave. Uh, they always say 4 minutes, but it'll probably end up being more like 5. All right, see you back here when it's done. Okay, I've got my tea steeping. It's one of those clever little ones where the got a lid to keep it warm, and then it's got you put the loose tea in the cup, and then it's got a strainer you can helpfully burn your hands on while it's steeping. And I'm going to attempt not to flood my stovetop, putting the steeper back because it's not quite ready, and I didn't quite succeed. Anyway, eventually I will have some tea. And a huge mess. And I just realized about a minute ago that I forgot to take a picture of it while it was still in its frozen state. Oh well. All right, is it done? It appears to be done. Let me get some shots of it before I stir it up. Yeah, that hasn't happened in a while. Usually I remember to take a picture of it in its frozen state. I think the reason why I tend to forget with Michelinas is because the lid doesn't come off easily. So once it's off, and I've ripped these off too fast a couple of times, and like literally the box collapsed and food went everywhere. However, somebody on Reddit made an interesting comment, which was, "There's no plastic waste. This entire thing is packaged in paper," and it that has two advantages. Number one, it's a lot cheaper for them to make it and package it, which is why I think the price stays so low. And the other thing is, here's what it looks like before I stir it. And the other thing is, it makes it very recyclable. You could theoretically actually take these camping, and no, I'm not saying like take a microwave camping either. That would be a little over the top. Um, but you could theoretically take these camping, let them thaw, and then put them over a fire in either another container or just by the side of the fire for a while to get warm. I have done that at one time with another meal that was wrapped in paper. Although with that one, I just wrapped the whole sandwich in its paper wrapper in foil and set it on the side of the fire where it wasn't very hot. It took about 30 minutes, but it did get nice and melty inside. I dropped the fork on the floor. All right, so here's what it looks like. It actually smells quite good. It smells a little like sesame. So that's what it looks like when it's all stirred up. And we are going to get a shot of that and then taste it. Another bonus, when I went camping with a paper wrapped sandwich, this was years ago. It's actually probably over 20 years ago. Is after you're all done, you can ball up the paper and throw it in the fire. Anyway, the major benefit is no plastic waste. Our community does a pretty good job of recycling plastic and paper and glass and aluminum, but I know we're coming from kind of a place of privilege. I do have friends who still have to haul their garbage to the dump and don't have recycling in their communities. All right, let me get rid of the tea leaves and have a sip of tea because my voice is threatening to go out of me. Oh, that's good. Okay. Yeah, we even have composting in our area, so we are extremely lucky. All right, so it looks pretty good. I'm trying to determine what is actually in here besides noodles and sauce. I love how they say Asian-inspired vegetables. Oh, it is a sesame garlic sauce, but I guess these are inspirational vegetables. So let's see what they are. It looks like carrot, broccoli. There's actually a pretty good amount of carrot. Well, vegetables in here. It looks like mushroom. Is that mushroom? Or is that chicken? I think that's chicken. How much chicken is in here? It's mostly carrots, some red pepper. Sorry for my sniffling. Carrots, red pepper, broccoli. And how many pieces of chicken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's about 6 pieces of chicken. This is probably not even hot anymore. It's not. Let's heat it up. Interestingly, the chicken looks exactly. Give it 30 seconds. The chicken looks exactly like the chicken in the spicy chicken Alfredo, which is good, and we have not reviewed that yet. We do have another one that, like the cheeseburger macaroni, has those horrifying looking meat pellets. If you want to see what I'm talking about, just go ahead and look at the cheeseburger macaroni. There's another one coming up, and it's this one. This is the one. Beef and peppers. I'm kind of dreading doing this, and I'm kind of tempted to get it over with today. So I might just review this for lunch. But it's got like the little mini meatballs. What do they call it? Seasoned beef patty crumbles. They're not crumbles. They're formed little meatballs. And one Redditor was very polite about the fact that they look like something that came out of the hind end of a bunny, and the other one agreed with them in a very impolite way. And I confess, I laughed because it was right. That was a disappointing meal too. The cheeseburger macaroni. I would not recommend it, which is ironic because their macaroni is fine. All right, let's taste this and then see how much doctoring up it's going to need. Noodles and a little chicken. That's actually sesame, and that's good. The chicken's fine. Let me taste that again. Taste the smallest piece. I would be very surprised if there's more than an ounce of chicken in this entire meal. Chicken's fine. No problem with the texture of that. Texture's good, flavor's good. There's not a whole lot like garlic forward sauce, so I actually should be using like sriracha sauce. Actually, most people have sriracha these days, so let me go get that and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the knockoff sriracha cha. Maybe that's to get around like the copyright, although apparently the dude that invented the real sriracha never goes after copycats or competitors. He was just like, my goal in life is to make a cheap hot sauce that that is good. So he doesn't he's not a jerk about it. But anyway, this is the one by Texas Pete. The cost of sriracha is so low that just about everybody has it. So this should take care of the lack of garlic and of hot sauce in it, so that we don't have to resort to this. This is more Louisiana type deal. You know you're a hot sauce nerd when you have like at least 3 kinds of hot sauce at all times in your house. At this point, I think I have like the 3 hot sauces for table use, and then I probably got um, other jars of stuff that's used in cooking to make sauces at home. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is a 7 straight out of the gate. It's completely edible without anything added. I would get it. I will get it again. I'm going to be buying this again. Um, but if you add sriracha, it's perfect because it already has the sesame, but it doesn't have a whole lot of heat and it doesn't have a whole lot of garlic. And sriracha will resolve all that just fine. And I'm going to take this off and go eat my breakfast and get ready for my day of errands and all kinds of other stuff and TB tests being read. There's no fear that they actually have TB. This is just a pre-employment check. But my oldest, like me, well, and my youngest too, like me, have exceptionally boring lives, so they really don't fit into any of the risk factors that like get TB. But anyway, on that note, you know the drill. If you want to, hit like and subscribe. But even if you don't, I hope you have a fantastic day.